Have an entire community with debris all across it. How do you manage to get rid of that debris? How do you meet the social service needs of people who have lost everything, whose home was completely destroyed? Where do they go and what do they do? So it's just been kind of putting aside any type of surprise or anything like that and just being able to adjust and adapt as the event unfolds.
We started trying to move some of the bigger trees from our property so that we could get in and out of the driveway. And then the next day, a lot of friends and some of my kids' friends came over with chainsaws and, yard equipment, and they helped remove all the trees, all the debris from our property.
We ended up going out into Portage. Some families needed help moving a bunch of logs out of their yards and picking up some of the trash that flew into their yards. So we kind of decided that we needed to help, and we ended up moving a ton of debris out of the way. And some adults even helped out by bringing saws in to help take stuff out of the logs and stuff.
I'm very proud of the Portage community. It really came together following the tornado and continues to do so. So that's very much appreciated, just to see the outpouring from neighbors, from even those who don't live in the city. City of Kalamazoo came down and helped us out. Michigan Department of Transportation. We had fire departments on the evening of the storm from all over West Michigan coming out to help. So just that kind of community support in the recovery effort, because this is not something that we, just the city of Portage alone, could have handled or managed. The initial recovery period was just kind of getting the trees out of the road, getting the debris out of people's front of people's yards, that kind of stuff, and that took a few months. Now we're really into the long-term recovery. There are still a few properties that are looking to be repaired. There are still individuals who are struggling with their insurance companies. And then there's the matter of the trees, where we've lost 48,000 trees. Many of those are still down. They're in the state game area, they're at Celery Flats, they're on private lots of land. And those, it'll take years to recover.
Our neighborhood actually has a retention pond in the back of it. It's kind of unusual because it's privately owned retention pond. It's owned by the businesses that are on center, and all the trees in the entire 1.3 acre retention pond fell down. They're just on the curve of my road. So for about 8 months, all of those trees were down, and Portage Council were having to negotiate with the businesses to get them removed. And they literally got removed about a month ago. So we had a retention pond with no fences up, with all these trees down. And I do think Portage City were trying. I just think they could not navigate trying to negotiate with these private companies.
And then the other piece is going to be, for example, the Hayloft Theater at Celery Flats still has holes in the side. So we finally worked with our insurance company, found a barn repair specialist, because they're not everywhere, to work on something like that. And then it's really just managing the trees that have come down, and primarily in Celery Flats and other areas. So we are working to partner, we are partnering with the Department of Natural Resources, since they are forest management specialists, that's what they do. So we're in discussions with them to try to figure out, they may be looking at something like a timber sale, where they'll have a company come in and remove some of the downfall trees. Not all of them, because some of that becomes wildlife habitat too, but to remove a fair amount of the downed trees, and that's something that we would be looking at doing in Celery Flats as well, is kind of a forest management where you're going to need to remove some of the trees that fell down in order to make room for the new ones to grow.